Have I ever gotten drunk? Well, all I can say to that is beer goggles definitely go beyond just being able to see things. Hey everybody, it's Mega T Garrett here again. So, what do you think of that new intro? My wife put that together for me, and I did the music in a program called Audacity. So I hope you like it. Comment down in the comment section if you like it. And today I'm bringing another Q&A video to you. I believe I said earlier I was going to do like a programming one, but I really wanted to do justice for those who asked questions on the very first Q&A video that I did, like how does a blind person A? So I want to make sure I go through the rest of those questions first. We definitely have more videos coming down the pipe, and I'm going to show you some new stuff that I got at the end of this video that will help me be able to bring a better content to you guys. So we're going to start just reading questions again. Again, I'm going to use my phone to read the questions. I apologize if I say some of your names wrong, and I also apologize if the setup on the camera is a little tilted or a little off center. I set it up again myself, and I'm trying to really get that in narrowed down so I can do that by myself every time. So let's go ahead and just start with the first question, which last time we did 7, this time we have 8 more. So the first one is from Sono2. So the first question Sono2 had was they wanted to know, do you know your shirt says Colorado Marathon on it, and how do you know what shirt you're wearing? So in that video I had that particular shirt on, and the way I basically be able to tell what shirt I have on is by feeling the logo that's on the shirt. For instance, that Colorado one has like a round logo and some text that I can feel below it. I know when I put that shirt on and I feel that logo that is the Colorado Marathon shirt. I have a couple other ones that say CrossFit, a couple others from triathlons, and I can just tell by feeling the logo what color shirt I have on. Now, this one that I particularly have on right now, I believe there's a small logo right here that might be wearing off by now. Yeah, there it is, the Nike swoosh. So, but I have 2 of this shirt, one in a red color and one in a gray. And I don't know which one I'm wearing, but the way I described my clothes and stuff earlier, it really doesn't matter because I'm wearing, I think, blue or black shorts, which I don't think you can see right now. So it would match anyway. So this is actually one of the good shirts that I have, but it just has a tiny logo. But if I have multiple shirts of the same type that have just the same logo, I would have to mark them if I wanted to know exactly what color they are. Like I have a couple of polos that are Under Armour, but I have a black one and a blue one, but same thing. It doesn't matter because the way I dress, it will always match. Okay, so next question.
Nobody. Is everything dark or can you see shades of light?
So the next question is from Nobody. I'm sure it's somebody, but Nobody wants to know, is it all dark or can you see shades of light? So in my last video, I covered basically that I had some sight when I was younger, lost all my sight at age 10. But I always had some sight, so I knew my colors and everything. But my eyes are full of scar tissue, which means no light can actually reach the back of my retinas. So I actually can't see anything. I can take one of those instant cameras, put it up next to my eye, fire it, and all I can feel is the heat from the flash bulb. I can't actually see it at all. What I can see, and it's a little hard to explain because usually I spend most of my time picturing the world around me, is a constant moving mass of black and gray lines that I could try to write down on paper maybe, but it's constantly shifting. Like there's 3 on the right now, a gray blob in the middle, and that's outlined by black. But now there's 2 on the right, and the gray blob is moving to the right. It's constantly moving. And another interesting fact is I lost my left eye when I was at 5. My brain compensated for that, so I didn't see like half the world on my right and black on my left. It looked like a full field of view to me, but I had to turn my head slightly to the right to look right, but way far to the left to look to the left. Now that I'm totally blind, the only eye that I actually see out of still that I remember is my right eye. I still don't have any memory of what it looks through my left eye. That's just my right eye. So that's it. I don't have any light perception. It's completely black except for that pattern, but it's actually not any light. It's generated within the eyeball. Okay, next question.
Tensile 3R Dragon. How does a blind person mow the lawn?
Okay, so the person is Silv3R Dragon, which is a clever way to spell silver dragon. So that is clever. So they want to know, how does a blind person mow the lawn? Because I did mention that in one of my other videos. So I want to make, that's another one of the videos that's coming up I really want to do. So basically the way I do it, and I've done a couple different ways, is if the lawn is big enough, I'll stretch a tactile line across the lawn using either ground stakes and a piece of string or something else that's stable. And I mow the lawn like I vacuum a carpet. And I know that sounds really weird, but I go around the lawn basically from the edge towards the center, and I walk forward several paces, and then I walk back. I move over a little bit, and then I do that again. So I basically, if you can picture like how you go across a room vacuuming, I do the same thing with the lawnmower. And my lawn is small enough that when I do that around all the edges and walk 5 or 6 paces in, it gets the whole lawn. I know that's probably not the best way to mow the lawn, but it's the method I've come up with, and that's what I'm doing right now. If the lawn were bigger, I would use a tactile line across, like I mentioned before, and use that as an anchor to back up to while I'm moving my lawnmower up and down the lawn. If the lawn were bigger, that's how I would do it. So hopefully I'll be able to show you that video. It will come out well, and you'll be able to better understand how I do that. I don't know of many other blind people who mow their lawn the same way I do. It's just a method I came up with, didn't find it anywhere. I actually searched the internet for it and couldn't find anything. So that's what I came up with. All right, next question.
11 Mongoloid. What kinds of media/entertainment do you like? What are your hobbies? How do you prefer to spend your free time?
So Mongoloid wants to know, what are my hobbies? What do I like to do in my free time? Entertainment, stuff like that. So you guys know a lot of that already, because that's basically what I make my YouTube videos about. I love to play games. Fitness is one big thing I like to do in my free time. Firearms, of course, is something I want to bring to this channel, and I haven't yet, but we will. That's something else I like to do in my free time. When I was younger, I used to go skiing. I used to do sports. I did wrestling in high school. When I got into college, I didn't do college sports, but I did a lot of fitness. That's where that took off. I live in Colorado, so a lot of the mountains around here. I've hiked a lot of the 14ers, which 14ers means a mountain that's over 14,000 feet tall. And in Colorado, we have 54 of them. I've done 13 of them. But also, like, around the house and everything, I do enjoy cleaning. I do enjoy doing yard work. I find it therapeutical. I know a lot of people find weeds a hassle, but I actually kind of find it therapeutical. So the type of shows that I like to watch and everything, like, for instance, I don't like CSI very much. I don't like a lot of drama shows, but I like Forensic Files. Like, I like shows that are the facts. So I also like to watch a lot of Disney Channel and Science Channel kind of shows. Right now we don't have any cable, we just have Netflix, because I wasn't willing to pay the price for cable with I only watch like 2 or 3 channels. So I don't watch a lot of TV. I do listen to audiobooks, like I read through Harry Potter and the Hunger Games, and a lot of the dystopia, I think, is the type of books. The world goes to crap and the government comes back and is over controlling, and then everything goes to crap again. Dystopia, I think that's it. So like Divergent, Maze Runner, Hunger Games. Harry Potter is different, read that. Lord of the Rings, read that, and all the movies and everything. So those are the kind of things I gravitate towards. But a lot of the hobbies that I like to do, you guys already know that, because that's what I like to make my YouTube channel about. So let's move on to the next question.
12 Phoenix 1255 has a system you ever come up with failed you while traveling. Would like to see some cooking.
Okay, Phoenix1255 wants to know, have you ever come up with a system that has failed you during traveling, and I'd like to see some cooking? So I would say every system that I come up with for traveling has pretty much worked, because I'm the type of person, I do my research a lot before going out. I know other blind people who do it, but I'm not one to just grab my cane or my seeing eye dog and just head out for an adventure. That makes me nervous, and I like the control of knowing where I'm going, how the best to get there. Like, I'll research bus schedules and light rail, which is our train here in Denver, Colorado. And I'll do all that research. Now, after I come up with that method, if I find there's ways to modify it, then I will. But I don't think I've ever come with a system where it's like, oh, well, that's not going to work. And I usually give myself a backup plan. So let's say we're going with me and my cane or my seeing eye dog, and we come up on construction that we can't get past. I'll go to the nearest place that I know, and I'll call a Lyft, or I'll call an Uber, or something like that. So I always have a backup plan just in case, like, the bus fails or something like that, that I can get there. And if that fails, I'll just call a friend. So I have backup systems to make it work. And being blind, I've just learned to be flexible. People are going to do what they're going to do. The bus is going to be late. There's going to be things that are going to get in your way. But if people are willing to help you and everything, I'm just willing to be flexible and just go with the flow, because people enjoy helping me. So opening myself up and asking for help, I don't mind doing that at all. It's not taken away from my independence. I feel like people actually want to help. So anytime that friends kind of like, oh, we can't give you a ride, but we can do it some other time and stuff, like, I'm just totally flexible and just go with the flow with that kind of stuff. So I never really let my systems fail by doing my research, but I'm flexible if they do, and I have backup plans. Okay, next question.
13ception. When playing a video game, how do you visualize it since you were able to see when you were younger?
Okay, it's exception, but spelled with an exception. That's kind of clever too. So I had enough vision when I was super young, like before age 10, that I had enough sight so that I could see some of the games I would play. I'd have to sit really close to the TV screen, but I've seen the original Mario. We had a Sega Genesis, so I've seen Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I lost my sight right after the Nintendo 64 came out, so I saw a little bit of what Mario 64 looked like, but unfortunately I never saw Ocarina of Time. But given that, my interpretation of what video games look like, depending on what system they were released for, so like the 64, I kind of maybe picture the graphics for Ocarina of Time when stuff is described to me like Link and Zelda and all that, and kind of like it's Mario 64 kind of graphics and colors. I know the color palette might be different, but maybe the textures, maybe that's a good way to put it. Now, for newer consoles, I don't know how good they get, but I can kind of maybe put in my memory, it's like maybe it's more closer to a movie, or I remember seeing like Toy Story is one movie that sticks out in my mind that I've seen before. Maybe that was kind of animated graphics, maybe hit the consoles. I don't know. But that's the best I have to interpret games until someone actually describes it to me. Usually when someone describes the characters and everything, the background I usually picture is just some generic color, like blue for a sky, or black when I'm inside, or something like that. So I don't try to make it too extravagant. I try to just focus on my character and all that. But especially when I'm playing through Ocarina of Time, I'm mainly just focusing on the sound, and my mind is kind of blank of what I'm looking at. Until I'm actually watching my videos, then I can actually picture it or picturing a walkthrough. So I'm probably completely wrong about later consoles. Like, I would picture Wii or even the Switch looking more animated film or movie-like.
Thumbs up. Someone liked your reply. Not a combo, but everybody thinks I'm weird that I eat cottage cheese straight. Ellipsis. Yup.
So
48 ounce container eating plain cottage cheese.
Yeah, thank you, Phone. Telling me I commented on some other YouTubers. There's another blind YouTuber out there called Molly Burke, who is like a model YouTuber, but she's blind and she has 1.9 million subscribers. So yeah, just a reply on that. So anyway, thanks, Phone. So that's basically how I picture video games now. So I guess we can move on to the next question.
14 Sander Hugland. Since you lost your sight when you were 10, 1, do you remember what things look like? Do you ever want to see again?
So I'm sorry if I mispronounced her name, Sandra Hoogland, which they also get a shout out because they've been helping a lot out with the Shades of Doom and giving me other accessible game ideas. They've been helping me with shortcuts and other ways in Shades of Doom to make it easier for me to navigate, so I'm not taking as much camera time going through menus. They've been really, really helpful and letting me know it's like from a visually impaired person's perspective how I'm doing in those videos. But they wanted to know since you had sight before, do you remember what things look like, and would you ever want your sight back again? So I've kind of touched on it a bit in this video and the previous Q&A, that I had sight before, I know all my colors, I've seen faces and stuff like that before, so I know what that kind of stuff looks like. Like, if someone were to describe to me how the sun is falling, like what side of the room it's on and where the windows are, I can picture what the shadows are falling like. So I've seen shadows, I know what those are, and I can picture stuff in 3D space. And I know my shades of color, like when someone says fire engine red, that's not the best example, like forest green versus lime green. I definitely know the difference in those, and my shades of blue, like navy blue, baby blue, royal blue. I know all those differences. So I know not only colors, but shades of color as well. Now, as for getting my sight back, one, is it possible right now? No. My eyes are completely filled with scar tissue, my retinas are detached, my octave nerve in my left eye for sure is shut down, so they haven't been able to make replacement eyes that communicate with the brain. They can probably do all the parts, but not the communication. Now, if something were available, would I actually take it? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to make videos for you guys if I got my sight back. And here, if you think about this, I lost my sight when I was age 10. I was still going through development. I was still growing. I was still becoming an adult, not even halfway there ish. So if I got my sight back, there was no guarantee that my brain and my eyes would be able to communicate enough for me to be able to drive or write or even see properly, because I might just ignore it and use my other senses. So there's no way to know if getting my sight back would actually improve my quality of life. And given that we live in such a awesome time of technology and everything and accessibility, I have everything that I could ever wish for. And also, I can be an inspiration out there to others. I couldn't do that if I had my sight. So like my logo said, it's like, be the inspiration others can see. So that's what I truly make these videos for, not to just share my hobbies, but to be an inspiration. And I feel I can do that best without my sight. So no, I don't want my sight back. I can benefit the world much more without being able to see it, which is kind of ironic, maybe kind of sad to say, but that's how I feel about it. So, okay, next one. I think this is the last question.
15 Julian Collar, have you ever gotten drunk? Is it harder to concentrate on your senses?
Okay, Julian Collar, sorry if I mispronounced that, wants to know, have I ever gotten drunk and is it hard to focus on my senses? So, I'm now 32. I haven't had any drink in over 4 years, I believe. I used to drink a lot. Of course, when I turned 21 and I was in college, I did the whole drunk thing and everything. So I've been drunk several times. I've thrown up several times. I've been there. I've fallen asleep and woken up without any pants. I know how that goes, and I'm not happy with any part of that in my life. There's probably people out there laughing right now, but I'm glad to have that part of my life behind me. I don't drink anymore. It was hurting myself. It was hurting my friends. I was no pleasure to be around with because I was emotional drunk. Whatever mood was going on, I took that to the max. Sad, angry, happy, flirty. I was not pleasant to be around, so I don't do that to myself, and I don't do that to anybody else anymore. Fitness is my go-to if I want to have a high, like a workout high. It's completely different. So, but that being said, in my experience in the past is, like I said, beer goggles goes way beyond your sight. All I can say is my hearing basically would turn muffled. Like, I could still understand people, but it was like everybody was shouting, and probably since I was drunk and everybody else was, we probably were. I felt like I was shouting everything, like my jaw felt like my voice was getting tired when I get drunk, or got drunk, and my filter went away. So whatever mood was going on, I didn't care. I would talk to anybody, and I'm I'm an introvert, if you guys can believe that. Drunk, when I was drunk, it would take me out of that state. I'm not happy at that part of my life. But, so, yeah, beer goggles is a thing, but even if you can't see, your other senses, and especially your filter or your reasoning or your common sense just goes totally out the window. Like, I would stand up in the middle of a bar because I'd hear, like, the cha-cha song and just start dancing it, and everybody, is thinking I'm the most annoying thing ever. So, nope, I don't do that anymore. I'm glad to have that section of life behind me. I have more responsible things to do, and I can still get the same kind of rush and high from working out, which is much better for my health. So that's the end of the questions. Those were the original 15 questions on the Q&A. And all the other questions that have been added on to these ones and future ones, I will make videos about. I want to make a programming one. Oh, and I didn't mention about the cooking in earlier question. I want to do cooking one, like I make breakfast, I make eggs and stuff like that, and other things, not just eggs. Mowing the lawn, cleaning out gutters. We're here living in Colorado, so in a few months I'll be able to show you how to shovel snow. So I want to do all those videos, and I got some new equipment to help me do that, and I want to show you that. So this right here is probably something that is very recognizable. This is a GoPro Hero 7 White. Now, there was a lot of hatred against the white since it doesn't have nearly the functionality that the Black 7 Black does. But I needed a stupid simple camera that would record in 1080p, since really I don't need to record in 4K because my poor computer would probably crash and give up. So, and it has the functionality that I need. I can turn it on with my voice. It has beep so I can tell what's going on. And what I got for it, if I reach down here, anybody who's used this kind of stuff before will recognize these things. So let me put this on. I hope you can all see me. This is kind of weird. Ow. So anyway, actually I don't know if the camera actually will go this low in the camera. Let me know in the comments if you can actually see my chest this low. Okay, so this is a chest harness, but that's not all. Ugh. This one's a little easier. This is a head harness. So, what you do is grab the little GoPro here. You have this little bolt. This comes with it, the mount that comes with the GoPro. Put it in here. It's my own GoPro material. And I just put my camera on backwards, so let me fix that. Will I edit that out? No, probably not. There we go. Now I can see the world. Actually, no, I can't. But anyway, so this is one method I thought about doing, like POV vlog videos, is because now wherever my head goes and I look at, you guys can hopefully see it. So that is how the head harness works. And basically, if I wanted to switch down here, I hope this isn't too low for you guys to see. Now it's on my chest. So, and this one has a little more tilt, so I can look down or I can look a little bit up. So these are the two methods I'm hoping to use to actually get some more video for you guys. But I'm thinking the head mount might actually be a better choice. I think I'm doing a video of like the cooking video where I do it twice, basically head mount and chest mount, and see which one comes out better. Now, there's one more thing I want to show you guys, and I want your honest opinion because I cannot see the light. Now, I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, should be a little darker now. That goes my toe. I'm okay. All right. So hopefully it should be dark now. Okay, you guys ready for this? Here we go. Boom! What do you guys think of that? Now I'm coming back. I had to go across the room to plug it in. I don't know if you can see, you can't probably see me yet. Okay, here I am. So, get myself centered here. Okay, so I can't see the light. Can you guys? So this is another piece of equipment I'm hoping to bring to the channel to increase the content, because I've got the green screen and I also got some soft boxes. So I don't know if they're set up correctly. I tried to use an app on my phone for the light, and I tried to basically judge where I'm sitting from arm's length away from me to get them angled the right way. I'm just hoping I'm not throwing shadows from my computer or microphone. So let me know, am I white as a ghost? Too much light? Not enough? Off to one side? Please fill out that comment section and let me know, so that way I can bring better content to you guys and I can set up this stuff independently. So now we've come to the end of the video. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Terry, and I do gaming, I do fitness, I do firearms, and I do these Q&A videos, and people seem to really love these Q&A videos. So I want to bring more of these to you, and please give me more questions to answer, because I don't want to resort to Google to tell me how does a blind person be. I love doing these sub-fed ones, and we want to bring more POV vlogs to you. So thank you so much. Fill out that comment section. Let me know what you want to see. And everybody have a fantastic evening.